Hi, my name is Willan Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with an acclaimed actor, musician, instructor. Her name, Martyna. For more on the incredible Martyna, you can read more about her right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of the one and only Martyna. Well, hello, Martyna. How are you?
Hello, Will. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing so much better. I'm so excited that we're finally e-meeting. Is that what the kids say? I don't know.
Yes.
But what
I'm excited
what I am so excited about, Martyna, is not only that the audience got just a little sneak peek of your incredible talent, but that you were singing one of my favorite songs from Meredith Willson's The Music Man that almost was my first dance song, Good Night, My Someone, from The Music Man. And you sing it so beautifully.
Thank you. Yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful song. And actually one of my dream roles, so.
Well, you must be reading my interview questions, but let's go to question number one for you. I want to know, where were you born, Martyna, and when did you realize that you wanted to be involved some way, shape, or form with music?
Yeah, sure. So I was born in Bielsko-Biała, Poland, and I came over to Florida with my parents when I was about 4 years old. Lived in West Palm ever since. And my dad plays guitar and he sings, and he always had music playing in the house. So luckily I was able to find that love for music very early on. My parents signed me up for piano lessons when I was 7 years old, and I did that for a while and really enjoyed it. However, after a while, you know, like most 7-year-olds, you get pressured to practice and you know, scolded if you don't. So I don't know, I just feel like I was too young to appreciate it at the time. So I took a little break from that, went on and did some more acting stuff in middle school and high school. And I loved that, but I always felt like there was something missing. Like I was too scared to go back into the waters of singing and of playing piano, but loved acting. So I do remember in high school, there was this one day where I was so mad, and I don't know if it was like I failed a test that day or whatever it was. I was just so angry, and I went up to my room and I threw my bag and it hit the piano. And I was like, you know, this thing is just taking up room. Why is this here? I barely play it. And then I kind of looked at it and was like, maybe I'll play a little something. So I went over and I pulled out a Chopin piece that I had been working on previously, and I played for like 2 hours, and it was just so therapeutic for me that was probably the moment, like later on in high school, that I realized that I have to intertwine this somehow with what I'm doing. So then from that moment on, it was piano lessons, voice lessons, acting, all of that. And I ended up graduating from FAU with my Bachelor of Fine Arts with a concentration in musical theater.
Martyna, this is what I love so much about you. And it's a story that I hear time and time again in some way, shape, or form, that as kids, you know, yes, our parents, they mean well, but sometimes, you know, when we're when we're kind of being forced to do something, we automatically are like, oh no, it's because my parents want me to do it. But the fact that you, in a height of emotion, the universe, or whatever you believe in, I think it's a sign from the universe above, spirit, God, whomever you believe, use that as an opportunity for you to step into your power, and you ran with it. And you
Yeah.
looked at the piano, and then you, on your terms now, on your terms, got to look back to look forward, look back at a pieces that you knew, and you got to release. And within that release, you began on your journey toward your bliss. And I love the fact too, Martyna, you are a perfect example of a true artist who, loves to do so many things unapologetically. But specifically, I'm curious, because you have so many skill sets as a singer, actor, musician, instructor. But what is it specifically about singing and acting as individual entities, but also as a collective, that you enjoy most?
Yeah. That's like a two-part question, because it's like singing, acting, and then, but they work together so beautifully, especially in my life. I used to always look at them as two separate things, but now I really do look at them as how similar they are, And I think what I love most about both of them is that you can sing one song 100 times, or you can sing 100 different songs. And same with a character, you can play 100 different characters or one character 100 times. And no matter what, it'll always be different. And I think that's the reason why people on Broadway who do these shows for years and years and years never get tired of it, because it's always different no matter what it is. If you're playing the same role for 10 years, every show is going to be different. And I just love that it is so true to real life. It's like a retelling of life in a sense. That's why it's so intricate and so interesting, because we as humans are intricate. And I think that's my favorite thing about it, that it is so close to real life and such a retelling of it.
Spoken like a true artist and storyteller, Martyna. We both probably know many people who work professionally 8 times a week. And I love the fact that you already know at such a young age the idea that not only what an opportunity actors have to lean into breathing in the molecular vibration that each audience is perhaps seeing it for the first time, to have those same stakes. Yes, on script, it's the same story, but that the nuance, the color, the texture of the character in telling is going to change. And, in speaking of roles, I'm curious, another two-parter. Do you have any favorite roles that you've played, and also characters and roles? Well, you mentioned Marion, the librarian from The Music Man, but I'm curious to know maybe other roles that are dream roles for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So 2 of my favorite roles that I've gotten to play in the past, one of them was Ofelina from A Park in Our House, which is written by Nilo Cruz, beautifully written, like poetry. And then also Dr. Fine from Next to Normal, definitely was a favorite, definitely a lot of fun. And then besides Marion, I would definitely love to play Eliza in Hamilton. Those are like roles, if I got, I would
You'd be perfect for that. Like, that's like no brainer. That's amazing. Do you have a favorite song from Hamilton?
Oh, I actually was just listening it to get pumped up from this interview. I was like, what song is like my musical theater pump up song? And so I was listening to Nonstop from Hamilton.
That'll beat a cup of coffee any day.
Yep.
Now, in addition to your amazing acting, singing, musicianship, you're an incredible instructor, Martyna, and I just love that. I love that you have the ability to share your gifts in so many different ways. But the fact that you get to share it through being an instructor and an educator with Music with Martyna, I want to know what you like most about teaching. And then on top of that, tell me about how Music with Martyna began.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of things that I love about teaching, obviously, or I wouldn't be a teacher. But yeah, I remember from childhood, I always wanted to teach something, but I never thought that it would be music. So I always loved kids, always had a passion for helping people and wanting people to, learn something. So I think my favorite thing right now as an instructor, and something that I make sure that is included in all of my lessons, is how much fun we have. You know, I think that's number one in my lessons. Like, you have to have fun, because you have to have fun to learn something, you know? So that's the most important thing for me. And that's the thing that I love the most, as well as how much I learned from the kids. I really learn so much from teaching them, and all the different personalities that I come across, and the ages and experience levels, and how they interact, and how you have to approach different kids with different learning styles. And then I think also is whenever they have a breakthrough, or when they make a mistake, I just feel like being able to help guide them along that path of their journey when they make a mistake or when they have a breakthrough. I get so excited about that. I'm like, yes, you need to make mistakes to learn from them. You know, and then seeing the smile on their face afterwards when they feel like they finally like accomplished something, no matter how small it is, just brings me so much joy and makes me look forward to doing it every day.
Wow. Well, you're incredible, Martyna. And in addition to you being an amazing performer, actor, musician, the fact that you are leaving an imprint on the young Martynas of the world, the ones that maybe, you know, needed, because, you know, we're all going through a trauma right now. I can only imagine the safe space that you provide these kids to be strong and wrong, and to realize and make them realize that it's within these mistakes that this sense of wonder and possibility is only stronger. You know, I get a little verklempt, you know, lack of a better word, in hearing you, because I feel very similarly as a director that, you know, I could have just been a performer, right? But there is something cool about helping guide another human being on this planet toward their own bliss. But that what they maybe sometimes don't realize is that when we're doing that and we see those breakthroughs, that we're having our own breakthroughs ourselves.
Absolutely.
Well, Martyna, I could talk to you forever. But I want to let our audience know, for more on the incredible Martyna, you can read more about her below this video. Martyna, it is so nice to finally meet you, and I'm so happy we're connected now.
I know. I'm gonna have to come see you in New York very soon.
Well, if I'm not in West Palm before that, but we will do it sooner rather than later.
Awesome, I can't wait.
Me too.